Okay. Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? M.V.K here. Back again. It is time for the theme Q&A for this month of January. I kept this one kind of secret, didn't let anybody know. Like what usually I do an announcement video letting people know what it is. But I thought it would be appropriate to do a theme Q&A about the children of the atom, the X-Men, and their entire world. Uh, Thought it was very appropriate to do it. So you guys can hit me with any question revolving around the X-Men universe. That's the theme. It has to be revolved around the X-Men. But so if it's a Deadpool question, yeah, no problem. Deadpool's kind of in that X-Men realm, but definitely, I'm looking forward to hearing what questions you have to bestow upon me. I'll be on this for a good while, give or take. But I'm looking forward to have a good time, as always with my theme Q&As. I always just have a lot of fun seeing what you guys are going to deliver. And so yeah, just wanted to let you know, just to give you just have fun with your questions, basically. But let me see what's going on. Well, let's see. Let's see. All right, going to the questions now to see what's going on. Let's see what everybody is getting themselves into. Let's see. So I'll give you guys some time, as always. Oh God, dang! I already got 3 questions already. Hey Nathan. And Teva Smoker. Whoa, hey. I figured I'm trying to be here. I figured I'm trying to be here for these. Yeah, I'm doing the Q&A a little early. Usually I do my theme Q&As around 8, 9-ish Eastern time, especially if you guys are on the East Coast. So I do it on yes. So if anybody, I know there has been a lot of people that have been asking me, and I forgot to mention. I appreciate everybody who is sending me messages on my message board here on YouTube about. Hope everybody's okay. Hope your family's okay. Hope everybody's well. Yeah, we had a blizzard come through here, and yeah, but I'm fine. Snow's melting pretty fast in certain areas, but yeah, we got hit pretty hard. But I'm fine. I appreciate the love. Thanks, guys. All right, so let me start with the questions at hand. Let me see. Okay, Omnitron, I'm gonna go to you. I'm using my tablet, the tablet here. I'm gonna look at the questions here. Okay, you asked me, do you think the one thing that would keep the X-Men out of the MCU, even if Marvel got back, is that a lot of their storylines tend to ignore all the other existing heroes? Honestly, the thing that I feel that it would keep the X-Men universe out of the Marvel's universe, cinematic universe, is the fact that, honestly, mutants are not really needed in the MCU. Because of the fact that the equivalent now of mutants is already the Inhumans. If you look at it, the Inhumans are already feared and persecuted for their powers and things like that. Pretty much what the X-Men, the mutants were. There really is no place for mutants, and if they did do it, it'd be really hard to explain a lot of things. Like it'd just be really hard. I'm not saying they can't, because I made a video where I said Marvel should never use that word can't, but just it would really be difficult to try to figure out how to go about pulling that off. Even if they did like set up a deal with like Sony did, I feel that the X-Men just belong in their own universe. Just keep them where they are. Hell, if the only way I would do it is if they were to go back to the MCU, I would have where the X-Men are on a different Earth. Like you can start maybe pulling a little bit of multiverses or something like that. That's just me. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Nathan, I'm gonna go to your question next. Where do you see the X-Men in the future for Marvel Comics? It's hopefully still around. One of the things is the fact that now that kind of the Terrigen Mist is really screwing with the X-Men in terms of pretty much causing genocide. They can't produce mutants. They can't even, if a mutant male and mutant female have a child, they've been neutered pretty much. The Terrigen Mist has really screwed with the mutant chemistry, and on a huge factor that, it's kind of hard. But the other thing I think what is that once again the mutants have gone back to that status quo of hate them, fear them, oh my god, mutants. And it's now to the point, it's even now so bad that it's not just, oh, mutants run. Now it's mutant, shoot to kill. Like, that's how bad they got it now. So it's really hard to say, but hopefully with people like Storm, and even the younger past X-Men telling the ordinary people, hey, look, we're not the bad guys. Don't misjudge us for the mistakes of many, of few. It's like the way I look at mutants now is like looking at Germans and Nazis. Not every German was a Nazi, and that's something that people miscalculate. Like, oh, every German was a Nazi. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. And that's the thing. But as far as the future, I think the future is still bright for them. Right now, a lot of their books, Tom Taylor is killing it on all new X-Men. Jeff Lemire doing a fantastic job with Extraordinary X-Men. I don't really see the X-Men going away because, as far as I'm concerned, Marvel, they'd be stupid to get rid of the X-Men. That'd be the biggest mistake of their life, honestly. Let me see. Next question, I'm gonna go to Douglas Russell. Do you think Marvel will bring back the X-Men character? Oh, you're talking about Nate Gray. Is Nate Gray dead? I don't think he's dead. Let me make sure. Gonna check real quick. I don't think Nate Gray is dead. Let me see. Let me see. Is he dead? Let me see. Let me see. Boy. Hold on. See, I'm trying to. I need some info on this. Is Nate Gray dead? X-Men. Here we go. Is he Nathaniel Gray dead? No, he's still alive. He's still alive. He's just not being used. Hopefully they'll bring him back. Hopefully they'll bring him back. I mean, recently they just killed off Elixir in Uncanny X-Men. I don't read Uncanny X-Men because of fucking Greg Land. Fuck, I can't stand his artwork. But no, I don't read it. But I did skim through it, thanks to a friend, Blue Goblin, and no, not Blue Goblin, another friend. And I saw it, and I was like, oh man, they killed the Elixir. I thought he was a cool young X-Men. You know, he had the power. He was the gold blonde character that he can heal people. I thought that was interesting. Let me see. All right. I know Tevia had a question. Please, guys, keep your questions X-Men related. Don't go off topic. That's the thing about my theme Q&As. Don't go off topic, please. Let me see. I'm trying to get a damn question on here. Shoot. Sorry. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. Question. Okay. Damn, I'm trying to read everybody's question. Let's see. Damn it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, I got it. All right. Any opinions on X-Men being mistreated for the Inhumans? Because in my opinion, I don't like the way Marvel is mistreating X-Men. Not necessarily being mistreated. It brings a little bit interesting twist. I feel that it's high time that Inhumans get more spotlight on them. Inhumans, you talk about mistreated. The Inhumans have been more mistreated than the X-Men. As far as I'm concerned, the you know their status in terms of what makes them tick has not been really changed. They are still the children of the atom. They're just having a little bit of a problem with this whole Terrigen mist and things like that. I really don't look at it like that. I try not to look at it. I will not look at it like that. So no. Let's see. All right, let me see. Okay, let's see. Going on to the next. I'm trying to say I personally think that Marvel is going to make the X-Men half Inhuman as a cure for the mist effects going on. Last laugh on Fox. I don't know. It may be because it's not affecting every mutant, because for some reason it's not affecting Squirrel Girl, and Squirrel Girl's a mutant. She's not being affected. It's not really affecting. Who else can I say? They kind of changed the original Human Torch's former sidekick El Toro. He was a mutant, who was part of the Invaders. He was a mutant, but now they made him an Inhuman. So you're not slightly off. You could be right. Let's see. Okay, questions coming. Let me see. All right. Next question. Oh, crap. Get that off. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to. Do you think the Deadpool could be one of the things that will always keep the X-Men around at Marvel, since they're a really big part of his history? Deadpool. I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan. Everybody knows that. Once again, I've said this before. Usually that usually it's a quote. I'm not the biggest fan of this character, but I respect the character. Not really with me. It's just I like him, but then it's like, to me personally, I think Joe Kelly is the best person that can write him. I like him personally when he's with somebody. The way I look at it is Deadpool. I mean, damn, we got his movies coming out in 2 weeks, I believe, and I really think it's gonna really be that first out of the ballpark for the superhero movies of 2016. There are 8 superhero movies that are coming out this year, and I think it's going to be a one that's going to get people, whoa, okay. And usually, with rated R superhero movies, they don't really do so well, but hey, this one may deliver. And I want it to succeed because it's Ryan Reynolds. I want him. I like Ryan Reynolds, and I hated to see that a lot of his movies have tanked, and I think this one is just, he put too much work into not making this one work. But as for him being a catalyst to maybe keeping the X-Men around, he a smidget, not the biggest. Let's see. Tevi says, do you think the X-Men are getting screwed over because of the movies from Fox? Because in my opinion, I'm sick and tired of Marvel treating the X-Men like shit. No, I don't really look at it like that. Try not to. You can't look at it like that. What's going on with Fox and Marvel, that's their problem. Don't look at it from the standpoint of the comics, because look at it from this point. If it was, then there would be no X-Men related titles out. Think of it like that. If that's the case, there would be no all new X-Men, no extraordinary X-Men, no Uncanny X-Men, no all new Wolverine. None of those books would be out. So no. Let's see. Okay, do you think Marvel is going to bring back 616 Wolverine from the dead because of the all new Wolverine movie? Look, I wouldn't put past them in some form, but look, because honestly, they have kind of admitted that, like recently, we know that Steve Rogers is coming back in the mantle of Captain America. I dig the new costume, the old school shield, like going back. But Sam is still going to be Cap too, so there's going to be 2 Captain Americas in the 616 universe. I'm fine with that. And they've even said, like, yes, his movie does have a little bit of play with it, but for me, it's always this: you got to explain how the hell they're bringing him back, especially Wolverine. He's encased in adamantium. He doesn't have his mutant abilities anymore. So how is he still alive? You got to explain that to me, because I swear to God, because I swear to you, if they go with the whole goddamn time travel stuff, I'm sick of that. That's always a cop-out. I hate that. John, hey kid, if they make an X-Force movie, who would you want on the team? Who would I want on the X-Force team? If they make an X-Force movie, who would I want? Cable, Cannonball, Warpath. For God's sakes, you guys know how I am about Native American characters. Look, I'm half myself, so I have to represent. Yes, my mother was. God bless you. Warpath. Pretty much the original cast, but if they can throw in Domino, of course. God damn, I want to see Domino so badly. And Domino, Warpath, Cannonball, maybe Wolfsbane. I would love to see Ronnie there. I would love to see Ronnie. Those are a couple of people I would go for. Let's see. Hope I'm not missing any questions. I probably am, but I'm trying my best. as I'm trying not to miss anybody. Christians, let's see, answer that, answer John, Tevia, okay. Hey, Galactus girl, Gemini girl, excuse me. Hey, Alana, how you doing? What do you want in the Gambit movie, Hermano? Well, Alana, sweet Alana, good friends with me on you. You were a good friend here on YouTube with me. You know me for a long time, and then you made your transition over to Facebook, which is always a pleasure moment. What do I want from the Gambit movie? Well, first of all, anything that that we saw in the comedy Wolverine Origins, I don't want. That's what's one thing right there. So when he throws his cards, blink, boom, not blink, bloop, 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 not looks like it's getting absorbed into. I don't want his eyes to be turning the color when he's about to use his powers. No, I want, because I think people forget that his eyes, that's a part of his mutation. That's not just, oh, when he uses powers, they turn. No. I want a good story. I think the best route to go with is focus it around the dynamic of the Assassin Guild and the Guild of Thieves. That war kind of feel like a almost like a Hatfield and McCoy vibe, you know, and of course put Belladonna in there, and maybe Remy and their marriage is supposed to bring those two factions together, but something goes up. Do I feel that maybe Sinister should be the villain in that? Sinister plays a big role with Gambit, so I wouldn't mind seeing that as well, Alana. Yeah, those are some of the factors I want for the Gambit movie that's supposed to come out this year. But I'm hearing that it's supposed to come out next year, but it is what it is. Kyle Dennis Hopeless writes all New Hampshire. Tom Taylor writes just writes Taylor. Yeah. With Mark Bagley's artwork. Paul Turbo, X-Men are pretty played out. Not necessarily. If they were played out, they still wouldn't make as much money as they are. So you can't really say that. There's still fans that are still loving him. So nah, disagree with that real quick. All New York is awesome. Damn right. If there was anybody who I felt should take over the mantle of Wolverine, it's Laura, X-23. Fuck Dawkins. I hate that fucker. I hate him. Shadow God for you. Do you own X-Men Children of the Atom for the PS1? I had Children of the Atom for the Sega Saturn when it first came out. And I loved it. I loved that game. I thought it was great. I used to cram quarters into that game anytime I go to arcades or even Nathan's. You know, the famous hot dogs Nathan's. They used to have an arcade, so it was cool. Are Spyro and Marrow still around in the X-Men? Just curious. Spyro is still around. Spyro's still around, and Marrow is still around. Somehow she uses like this. Last time we saw her, she was on Cable's X-Force team, and she had like this kind of band that she would wrap around her head, and it would invoke her mutant powers again. So I was like, that was interesting. So yeah, just John, do you think Cable will be in Deadpool in some way? Honestly, John, Mr. Reynolds has been talking about Cable for the possible sequel for Deadpool. So yeah, we could probably see the dynamic between Cable and Deadpool. So, which I enjoyed. I always enjoyed that. We're talking movies, we're talking comics, we're talking whole 9 yard. Paul, anything X-Men related. That's the theme, X-Men. Kyle, if you could go out on a date with any X-Men, who would it be and where would you take them? Oh, that's easy. Rogue. My Rogue. Rogue is my favorite, not just ex-woman. Yeah, she's number one. Next is Storm. 2, 3 is Psylocke. She's number one. Not only she my top ex-woman in just X-Men, but she's my top favorite female character in comics. Yes, even before Wonder Woman. So where would I take Anna? Where would I take Anna Marie? Let's see. Well, first of all, I would just take her out, just have a good time. I'd take her out to Times Square. You know, I'm in New York, so we're going to Times Square, and I'll probably take her to Bubba Gump Shrimp in Times Square, in the heart of Times Square, and just chill, and we eat and talk, and you know, I'd ask her a lot of questions like, what does it feel like when you absorb, you know, but I'd also tell her, like, I'm so happy that you are fully in control of your powers now. You know, it's, you know, I'm glad to see that if I touch her, I'm not gonna, you know, pass out or something like Cody did, her first boyfriend. I probably wouldn't make a move on her, you know, but I'd probably give her a peck on the cheek or something like that. You know, but just, you know, I wouldn't try to force myself on her, even though I would want to, but I wouldn't. You know, I'd be a gentleman, Kyle, but yeah, that's what it is. Omnitron. Squirrel Girl is confirmed not as a mutant anymore because outright stated it. No, she's actually a mutant. They've brought that back up. She's a mutant. So yeah, she's a mutant. It was brought up once again in Uncanny Avengers when they started talking about with Sunspot why he's not been in the field with the team, and Clint brought it up once again, and Clint brought it up. He said, but nothing's going wrong with Squirrel Girl, and Squirrel Girl said, oh yeah, because she's like, yeah, I'm a mutant, but something's like different about me. So yeah, she's a mutant. Do you think, this is from Smoke Tevi, do you think the X-Men need a new animated series? Because in my opinion, hell yeah, they need a new animated series. I brought this up on my on this channel before. I did a video where what I would do for if I was in control of, if Marvel came to me and said, we need you to put together a new X-Men animated series, we need you to come up with the lineup, we need you to come up with the name. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I think they really just messed up with, I think Marvel messed up a lot with their animated stuff. Do I like, going off topic, do I like the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon? Yeah, I do, because it's just being fun and goofy and stuff like that, which makes me laugh. But they bring up a lot of stuff in there that is like, you know, that could work even now. But I don't like Avengers Assembled. I don't like, because I think that is a pure slap in the face to what we had. I don't like Ultimate Spider-Man, pure slap in the face to what we had. And Wolverine and X-Men, like I said, I told people this before. People were really turned off about it because they were like, oh, it's Wolverine X-Men. Why is it called that? It shouldn't be called that. And he's leading the team, blah, blah, blah. I told people, just get past that name and watch the show, and I guarantee you're going to like it. Had coworkers come back to me, yo, I liked what I saw. Is there going to be a season 2? At first, there was going to be a season 2. And then all of a sudden, we found it's getting canceled. And it was like, what the fuck? And it was like, but is there needed for another X-Men cartoon? Hell yeah. But then there's also that fear where it's like, okay, if they do, they're going to just, you know, they're going to just really audience members to be for the children. And which they really shouldn't. You know, it's just me. Let's see. Do you think Fox is going to reboot the X-Men series with the New Mutants? That is supposed to be the next series. They're just going on with the New Mutants. And if that's the case, they do the New Mutants, then my lineup may change, because I said Ronnie on X-Force, but then I would want them to do the original lineup for for the New Mutants. I want Cannonball, my man Sam Guthrie. I love Cannonball. I want Danny Moonstar. I want Ronnie. Hell, I really wish we could see Ileana because she was a part of that team. Sunspot. I really wish he was on instead of in the future. Yeah, Jesus Christ, there's so much. Yeah, I do too. I hope Deadpool succeeds. The ratings and the reviews are they're loving it. What are your ideas for a new X-Men video game or cartoon series? Well, first of all, this is from Douglas. If anything, guys, you would have to go watch my video where I talk about the X-Men. But basically, in that video, matter of fact, I'll put it in the link for you. But let me find it. I'll put in the link. Let me see. I'll put in the link for you, Douglas. Let me see if I can find it. Aha, here it is. If Douglas, okay, this is basically what you're gonna do. Look up My Creative episode 1 and put X-Men cartoon, and you'll get what I want, what I would like to see for an X-Men cartoon. But for a game, I'll talk about a game. The last X-Men game, which was what, X-Men Destiny, where it was you were playing with New Mutants. They had like an RPG vibe to it, and I actually liked that game. I had that game. It was fun. It was a little short, but I enjoyed it. And you know, you made choices. I would love to have an X-Men game like a Mass Effect. Mass Effect is one of my favorite video game franchises. If they had an X-Men game like that, where it's a story and you're making choices, and you may be playing with various X-Men, or you're playing with a new X-Men character like that, I would love that. That would be stellar. Damn, I got bunch of questions. But there's no more Fantastic Four. Yeah, that has nothing to do with this, because we're not talking about FF. Okay. Also, exactly. The Omnitron is right. Yeah, they may not own the movie rights, but the TV, toys, you know, all that other stuff, they have. That's why you see characters like Wolverine on Spider-Man and things like that. They still own the TV rights. They don't own the movie rights. Could we see X-23 in the movie? That would be the way I would end Wolverine in the movies. Like, personally, me, I don't see them recasting Wolverine. I just don't. He's just like, and once again, I'm going off topic again, but I shouldn't. I digress. This is why I feel that after Avengers Infinity War, I think Tony's going to die. Because, to me, there is nobody. And the Omni Geek High Lord of New York means nobody can play that character better than Mr. RDJ. Like, just end his story there. And that's how I feel like with Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman sold me on Wolverine in X-Men 2. I was not sold on him in X1. Was not. When he came back for X2, that was where I was like, okay, now I'm starting to see you're a legitimate fan of this character. And then later on, once he did, I say, Origins had its moments, but to me and Kyle, it's a comedy. I can watch that movie and just bust out laughing. It's that's how funny it is to me. Um, but Wolverine, the Wolverine, is probably his best performance as the character, point blank. But X-23, I would love to see them really. I really wish they'd have started planting seeds of her really really quickly, because she should take over. Let's see. I love as Wolverine. She's awesome, and I think it really suck if she gets to not be Wolverine anymore. Nah, I don't see right now. That's her role, unless they see fit not to, because we have Old Man Logan in the sixth universe, and he's not even going under that name. He's just called Logan. So let her be. And just what Doctor Strange said to her in that last issue, just if Strange is literally saying, yeah, your Wolverine made a good choice. I've said it before. My sentiments exactly. That's exactly right. Douglas, she says, since Miles Morales guest got to stay in the comics with an alternate version of the X-Men, would you want to see an all-new, different Marvel? Would you want to see? Oh, you basically would I want to see any of the X-Men characters in the new? It's not really a new universe, but the six. No, not really, because we already have the X-Men from the past already. I don't think we need to see them. I'll do a video, guys, where I'll show you the Ultimate Universe characters I would have loved to see transition into the 616 unit besides Miles. I'll do a video on that sometime in the future. Omnitron, do you think X-23 has been best yeah, sorry, Omnitron. Do you think X-23 has been her best since becoming Warren, since she's been far more open than she has ever been? Yeah, she's really Laura has always been, before she became X-Men, she's always been like a bird in a gilded cage, or like really she put up these huge walls like nobody can get over. Even Wolverine had a hard time getting to know her. And Wolverine is technically her surrogate father, even though she's a clone of his, but they've had like this father-daughter relationship. And it's been really good for her to be that who she is. I mean, yeah, she's with Warren and as a couple, and I'm fine with that, but Warren needs to realize, dude, she don't need a knight in shining armor, And I love how she always calls him out on that and is like, look, I don't, if I need your help, I'll tell you, but if I didn't need you, I don't need your help. Like, I love how she calls him out, and Warren's not getting that sometimes. I'm like, Warren, you idiot. Like, are you listening? Like, she does not need your help at times. So it's pretty funny. Question, any opinion on the Ultimate X-Men comics in comparison to the 616 comics? Because in my opinion, I miss the Ultimate comics so much. I enjoyed what they did with the Ultimate Universe to some degree, not all of it. Especially, like, I'm not the biggest Mark Millar fan, and I don't like, Joe Fat Quesada, with his idea of, there's no possibility that Captain America went through the darkest days of World War II and didn't kill anybody. So we got to make him a badass and a prick in this universe. Fuck you, Quesada. Go fuck yourself with that shit. There were some things I just did not like about the Ultimate Universe. Like, everything had to be so edgy and bullshit, and I'm like, come on. Like, I mean, just seeing Blob eating Wasp just was like, what the fuck? Just seeing Hulk eat people, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. But with the Ultimate X-Men universe, I like some of the ideas they did in that. It was really cool. I did not, somebody asked me before, you're a big Colossus fan. What did you feel? How'd you feel about Colossus being gay? Did that hurt his character? And that's how I feel about Iceman now. It's like, just because he's gay Does that stop me from hate the character? Hell no. I've been an Iceman fan since day one. That doesn't hate. I do not hate his sexual orientation is that he's gay. What the hell? That never stopped me with any character that's gay. You know, I was like, so okay, they're gay. So what? Does that stop that hurt their character? Does that impress you? That does that make you stop liking the character? Has that character changed? Do you see Bobby being more feminine? And I'm not trying to say that's wrong, but you see him going around being very, very more like hanging out with the X-women more often and think, no, he's not. He's still the goofball Bobby that I love. And with the X-Men universe, the Ultimate X-Men universe, I thought it was the same way. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I liked some of the ideas they did. You know, it was interesting. Kind of interesting in terms of what like what Banshee really was. I thought there was some really cool ideas. I didn't mind that. Do you think so? No, I did not. I miss it? Yeah. But guys, I'll do a video. I'll give you more. Okay. John, you asked me, do you think an X-Force movie would have to be rated R to be done right? Because I do. Yes. Especially if they go with more of the darker edge X-Force that when Wolverine was leading it. And if you look at the '90s X-Force comic where Cable and Nia, that's Domino's real name. When what they were doing, it got a little dark sometimes. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that being if Deadpool breaks that mold of rated R superhero movies, I wouldn't not mind seeing X-Force rated R for the right reasons, not just to make it rated R because it's got to be rated R just to be no, that's not how it should go. Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Omnicron, Gambit and Origins had the Sharingan. Yes, he did. He had the Sharingan eye. Yes, yes, he did. It was just stupid. X-Men Origins, the movie where Wolverine falls on his back 20,000 times. That's right, Kyle. Basically, X-Men, in my opinion, needs to get their shit together because they are so divided that I don't recognize them anymore. To some degree, yeah, they are divided because a lot of them don't agree. A lot of them feel that Professor Xavier's dream is dead. It's dead. They failed. Some of them. But then you got to remember, some of them are not necessarily X-Men. To me, I never see Magneto as an X-Men. He's never been an X-Men. He's always been his own person. Sabretooth, never. But the way they look at it, some feel like, okay, if we're gonna protect the mutant kind, we got to do it our way. We can't be kind of what the Avengers are. Some feel differently, but yeah, they are pretty much divided, and it shouldn't take a catastrophic event to bring them all together. That's just my opinion. Let's see. And I want to thank everybody. Man, 15 people watching this. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hold on. I'm checking on it. Making sure there's nobody being, nobody's being spammed. Make sure. right. Let me see. Okay, so far no spam. All right, but everybody is. Let's see. Okay. Okay. No spam. No spam. All right. No spam. No spam whatsoever. Everybody is there. Okay. Question. All right. Another question. Any opinion on Present being dead? Because in my opinion, I miss Cyclops. I knew and loved and wasn't a complete psycho. Like Magneto's not necessarily a psychopath. Dick Summers is he just became a dick, just exactly what he is. He became a dick. And do I like Cyclops? Out of the Summers brothers, my favorite out of the Summers brothers has always been Havoc. It's always been Havoc. I respected Cyclops for what he was at times, but he became a dick, and he started a war against the Inhumans, and he got dead for it. So I don't even really care too much that he's dead. That just shows me how much he's fell off my radar as being. You know, he became a dick. He became the biggest hypocrite I've ever read in comics. Like, he takes no responsibility for killing Xavier. I'm like, bull fucking shit. You know, this is the man that was closer to you as being your father. You killed him. You killed him. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Don't give me that crap. Like, you know, when Magneto of all people are saying that you are becoming worse than what you were, that you got a problem. Do you think that they will ever give Wolverine his Logan his mask in the X-Men? God, if you're up there, please, I would love to see it. I would just love to see just one time. If anybody's watched the Wolverine, the deleted scene where Yukio gives him the briefcase and he opens it up and he sees the costume in there, I was like, God, Mr. Jackman, come on, you gotta push and you gotta push and you gotta push and push these fools to be like, look, put me in the goddamn costume. Put me in a costume just once for the fans to really mark out. If they put him in a costume in this final Wolverine movie, I will mark the hell out for that, because it would be like, it's about damn time. One thing I'm sick of with the X-Men movie is the goddamn black costume. I am sick of it. That is the one thing I'm sick of. I can't stand it. Tell you, as a villain, and I understand his perspective 100%. I don't like that Cyclops took Magneto's philosophy and used it to become clear. Yeah, he become a dick. Like me and me bro, me mentor, Blue Goblin says, he's a dick. He's Dick Summers. Just put it like that. Do you think Genesis, aka Apocalypse's good clone, and his Superman-based origin is one of the best nods to X-Men, to the X-Men of the Man of Steel X-Men has done? Somewhat. Yeah, I guess not that bad. I never really thought about it too much like that, Omicron, but yeah, I could see it a little bit. Nipfree, in order of X-Men Evolution, Wolverine, X-Men, Marvel Anime X-Men. Okay, that's your order. Not a bad order. Not a bad order. Yeah, I enjoyed the X-Men anime. I did. Didn't hate it. I love that opening. Man, that opening is beautiful. What can you expect for anime? You're always going to get good openings with anime. Good anime. Good opening. I didn't care for the Wolverine anime, though. Especially when they did the dub. Oh my god. Gemini Girl. Should Sebastian Shaw be redone? Oh god, yes. Oh, I would. Oh, I'm a Kevin Bacon fan. Yes, you know this, Alana. You know I'm a Kevin Bacon fan. But to me, that was not Sebastian Shaw. That is not Sebastian Shaw. I need somebody who really represents Sebastian Shaw. I mean, this is a guy who is an alpha level mutant. You punch him, don't hurt. You do anything you can to him. All he is doing is, that's just his mutant power is absorbing that and making him stronger. He's very intelligent, tactical. I want to see Sebastian Shaw in that traditional 18th century clothing, the sideburns, the the ponytail. I want to see that Shaw. I don't want to see. Yeah, I was just like, really. I know Kevin Bacon grow his hair out, but I was like, I really wish Mr. Bacon got in a better shape, because that's, to me, Shaw. He should be, somebody should play him. He's a big guy. Shaw's a big dude, and it's just like when you see him, it's just like he's a very underrated villain for the X-Men. He really is, and I think they did a piss poor job with him in the first Origins movie. I really think they did. That's just my opinion. Everybody's opinions is different. Any opinions on X-Men Apocalypse War, the next event for the X-Men? In my opinion, don't know. Can't really tell. We'll have to see. But when I think about it, the X-Men events kind of stay out of what's going on with Marvel. So it could be good, could be bad, could be good. We don't know. It's just like how X-Men Schism was. That stayed out of the kind of like in its own universe, and that was a great story. Do you think? Okay, yes, the Wolverine unrated cut was awesome. Yeah, it was. Do you, Douglas Russell? I'm gonna just call you DR if that's okay. Do you think the X-Men were right in A versus X? First of all, what I did not like is that the X-Men were looked at as the bad guys. However, they were kind of a bunch of hypocrites as well, because they've dealt with the Phoenix before. And they know the kind of price that entity plays. So why would you kind of side with it, in a sense? There was wrongs on both sides. Let's just put it like that's my opinion. There was wrongs on both sides. But who wrote that anyway? I'm trying to remember who wrote Avengers versus X-Men. Somebody tell me who wrote that, because I'm blanking out on that. But yeah, there was wrongs on both sides. There were. Hey Chris, how would you do an X-Men Parasite Eve crossover? Oh fuck. Still keeping the X-Men in there, so that's cool. Parasite Eve and X-Men. Yeesh. I don't know. That's a hard one. Oh man. Ugh. That's hard. Wouldn't mind seeing it, but it's hard. Okay, come on, Blank, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh crap! Get up, look out. Okay, Jarrett Flowers. Hey, what's up, Chris? Laura can stay Wolverine for a long time. She's doing well with the medal. She's doing better than that prick Dawkins. You know who else can fuck off? Emma fucking Frost. Fuck Emma, too. Yes, I hate Emma Frost. I'm sorry, I meant to ask question. Was okay, Douglas, sorry, I meant to ask a question. What alternate version of X-Men, the ultimate version of X-Men comics would you like to see in the current right now? Okay. Maybe Age of Apocalypse. Also Days of Future Past. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Maybe what's going on with the X-Men of Bishop's time, like Ruby Summers. Anybody who doesn't know who Ruby Summers is, look her up. She's the daughter of Cyclops and Emma. She has her father's optic blast, but they're black, and she can go diamond. She goes ruby instead of diamond like her mom, but she never takes off her ruby form because she's scared that it may kill her. So, but she's a cool character. So yeah. That was a character. Now, right there, Tevia, there's a character I would have loved to seen transition into the 616 universe now. Wolverine's son from the Ultimate Universe. I would have loved to seen him there. That would have been cool. I would love that. I hope the Wolverine series will touch on the mentorship Gambit had with Laura in the previous series. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. We're gonna see Gambit soon come back. So, and he's gonna be dealing with Rogue. So yeah, I hate Ultimate. Yeah, don't bring that up around me, please. Don't bring that man's name up either, Tevia. Hey man, I love your vids. Raider fan 916. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're a Raiders fan? That's cool. I am too. Been that way since the Marcus Salas, Bo Jackson days. I'm loyal. I'm a loyal fan. Yeah. Please don't stop mentioning that event, please, Tevia, please. You don't want Hurricane coming up, please. I'm trying to keep him. He's asleep right now. I don't want him coming up. So don't bring him out, please. X Babies is weird, but needs to make a comeback. I actually like the X Babies. That was funny. That was fun. I like that. What do you think of what do you think about a new Uncanny? The Uncanny team with Magneto, Psylocke, Angel, Monet, and Gambit. Gambit's on that team. I didn't see Gambit, but I don't mind the writing. Writing is solid with Colin Bunn. I read it. What is the goddamn artwork? I swear, Marvel. What is it? Do you got some kind of hard on for Greg Land, the tracer, the porn artist? I swear, I don't get it. Like, if I look at this guy's artwork, it's like everybody is. All the women are in these sexual oriented poses, and I'm like, who the fuck okays this shit? Like, I look at it and I quote Blue Goblin. You can tell that this dude looked at some kind of pornographic picture, and you can see he got the idea of this woman standing. Who the fuck is in a fight and who's in a battle and you're smiling? Unless you're some fucking nutbag. All the women look the same. They all look the same. No woman looks different. They're just with different color hair. I swear to God, I just can't stand it. But the lineup is fine. If they're going with more of an edgier team, fine. But, and Betsy, my Psylocke, she's my third favorite X-woman. She's on the team. I'm glad she's still around. She's not the one that's been sick with the terrigenous. Yeah. Ultimate in my opinion, was awesome. Yes, he was. Ultimate Nightcrawler was cool too. Yes, he was. Original. Do you think the comic version of Apocalypse looks a little bit like Darkies? Oh, you talking about Darkseid? Yeah, a little bit, but he's cool. I mean Dark. Yeah, I know who you mean. Any opinions on Fox maybe doing a Dark Phoenix saga again? Because in my opinion, I really want to see. Yes, they're saying that they could bring back the Dark Phoenix saga, and if they do, I'm cool with that. Because once again, I've said this before, what we got in, which never happened anymore, that was just Jean on her period. She was just that time of the month. That was not the Dark Phoenix. So if anything, I would love to see them start tapping into, X-Men. The best place they can go with the X-Men now is not just always about mutant hating humans or mutant hating psychopath aristocrats, tyrants like Apocalypse and everything like that. Now it's time to start going out in space. The next frontier, space. And we start dealing with the Dark Phoenix, because I would love to see that. Indeed. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay. Grim Soul Taker. Hey kid, how you doing? I miss Magneto as a villain. That's from Telia. Douglas, do you think the X-Men series do you think this series Cried is almost like X-Men to some degree? True that. So Black Lightning. Oh my God, Black Lightning 100. What do you think about them bringing back Steve Rogers? I can't talk about that because it's not X-Men related. So no. I'll talk about that another time. Apocalypse or Mano, whose power would you want? Probably Apocalypse, because he's got that celestial power too, besides his own mutant power. But then he's got powers from the Celestials, and it's just like. But I don't know, because I don't want to get corrupted by it as well. What's up with Kitty and guys? What's up with Kitty being in relations with guys named Peter? Well, Ultimate Kitty was dating Peter Parker, but in the 606, she's engaged to Peter Quill. Yeah, and then she was with Colossus for a long time. When she dated Bobby, she wasn't, so. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she just likes it, Peter's. It's funny though. And I love her in Guardians of the Galaxy as she's doing a bang up job with that, and her and Ben is just doing a good job. It's good stuff there. Out of curiosity, what is your least favorite run of X-Men and why? Matt fucking Fraction. Kyle, buddy, little bro, I had to tolerate that. That was like somebody just took a screwdriver and put it in my heart and was twisting every time I read it. It was just like, oh, come on, please. And then not only that, who's the artwork on that one? Who do you think? Greg fucking Land. I gotta keep him in check. So yeah, it was. Oh, couldn't take that. Why? Like I said before, Matt Fraction's best work for Marvel has always been Iron Man. I don't care what people say. Oh, his Hawkeye is the best. I've overrated at best. Iron Man was his best work. And I've tweeted this to his wife, Kelly Sue DeConnick, who I love. And I told her, and I said, no disrespect to your husband, Miss D, but I think I didn't like his X-Men run. I'm not the biggest fan of his Hawkeye series. I think his best work was Iron Man. I don't hate him, but he's like my least favorite writer. I think he needs to do more independent stuff. Maybe that'll suit him better. She took that with a grain of salt, and she said, "I appreciate your honesty." She's like, I'm glad you didn't just come out and say I hate him, yada yada yada. I don't hate him. I just feel that his best work is He just really poorly did a bad job on a lot of X-Men characters. You name a character, I could probably tell you how he did with that character. Here's what I don't understand. Tevin, I thought Cyclops died at the hands of Dr. Doom. Why did they change it for the Inhuman killing him? I don't get it. Dr. Doom killed him. Once again, that was a separate world, once again, in terms of what was going on in secret. The crap wars. So that doesn't count. That was not canon. A lot of stuff in there is not canon. Some of it is, that's not. So that's why. Deadpool is the only one at this point with a 200% comic accuracy comic in the movies now. Are we talking just comic movies in general? Because then I'm going to kind of have to call you out on that one, because if we're talking X-Men, okay, but in general comics, no. Cap's costumes look spot on. We're right. Iron Man's spot on. Loki looks spot on. You know, Thor's was spot on. The only thing he was missing, he had the JMS look. The only thing he was missing was his helmet. Superman's doesn't look bad. Batman's don't look, especially now. Wonder Woman's not as bad, but accuracy is fairly. If you're talking about because it looks like the comics, okay, somewhat yes, I can agree. But there are some there. It is what it is, but it doesn't hurt the movie that it, like, that's not. We're in terms of these movies, we look more for the performance, and just watching those trailers look like he's gonna nail the performance as Wade. And Mr. Reynolds has gone on to say that he thanks the crap that was Blade 3 with that bad interpretation of Hannibal King for Deadpool. Yeah, because if anybody knows Hannibal King from the Night Stalkers, that is not how Hannibal King is in the comics at all. Whatever happened to Magneto's clone? You're talking about Joseph. He died. I think he died. If I remember, he's dead. Question. Any opinion on X-Men Legends 1, 2, and 3? Because I missed those good games. Love those games. Still have them in my collection. Wouldn't mind seeing maybe a third one. Like I said, wouldn't mind seeing Ultimate Alliance 3, but done what I thought the second story should have been. The heroes and villains come together to face the big G Galactus. Whatever happens to Onslaught? Is Onslaught still dead? Yeah, he's dead. Thank God. I like Kevin Space. You mean Kevin Bacon? Sebastian Joy. He was awesome. Not saying that he wasn't bad. I just think they could have did a better job with him in terms of presence. Kevin Spacey did not do Sebastian Shaw. It's Kevin Bacon. Question. Opinion on Bendis' run of X-Men as a whole, because in my opinion, other titles is really not that good. I loved his the all new stuff. I didn't read Uncanny because once again there was an artist on there that I wasn't liking, and that was Chris Baccio. Not the biggest Chris Baccio fan. I have respect for Bendis. I've always told him that. Yeah, I speak a lot with a lot of the writers, and I'm surprised that they actually write me back. But I speak a lot with a lot of my favorite writers, and so I get to speak to him sometime. And that wasn't bad, but it wasn't necessarily the phenomenon that some fans hold them hold of that. It wasn't. But it is what it is. Let's see what else we got. After we get Apocalypse later this year, who are some villains you like to see in future movies? This is from Kyle. I would really like to see the Morlocks. Mojo. Oh my God, I would love to see Mojo. Mojo. Maybe maybe Exodus. Could you imagine a psychic battle between Exodus and Professor Xavier? Ooh, good stuff. I would love to see the Shadow King. Oh my God, I'd have a nerdgasm with that one. I would want. Damn, I really. There's one thing I really wish they'd have did in Days of Future Past to show us Master Mold. Could you imagine seeing the X-Men fight a kaiju-size Sentinel? Oh, Nimrod. Oh, yeah, there's a couple. Bendis, because just when maybe because bullshit explained like X-Men's gay. Bendis, yeah, it's not really that he went gay, because it's actually kind of questioned. Once again, if you know your X-Men history and read almost every X-Men book, like yours truly here, it's been questioned at times. Was Bobby in the closet at times? There's been question about that. So I really got over that real quick. I'm like, okay, you know. So, you know, but I don't like when they need to make a character gay just to make a standard, like, okay, see, we're pleasing to the gay population of comic readers. No. When North Star came out back in the 90s that he was gay, it was like, wow, okay. One of my favorite writers, Marjorie Liu. Her run of the X-Men, Astonishing X-Men. Goddamn good stuff. I applaud Marvel for giving her that 50th issue where it was all dedicated to whose marriage? North Star's marriage. Didn't make a joke out of it. It was just pure greatness. So yeah. X-Men and Adventure Time crossover. What would happen? What the hell? That'd be weird. I could see the X-Men maybe. I don't know. I think somebody's just gonna kill the Lich. Get him out of here. But it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny. Bendis sucks. That's from Grim Soul Taker. It's your opinion, okay? I'm not gonna question it. Okay, and X-Men versus X-Men was written by Bendis, Hickman, Brubaker, Fraction, and Jason Aaron. Okay, I kind of question Brubaker because that dude could write. Jason Aaron's another one that could write, but Fraction, I smelt that all over him with that one. Hickman, you could smell that too with Hickman because all the dialogue, more dialogue than that's Hickman. He just dialogue heavy. Yeah, I've said that too. You know, Bendis is not a bad writer. It's just like he gets oversaturated with too many books. That's why I'm glad he's not writing a lot of books now. You know, he's not writing a lot of books now, and you can see the differences when he's not writing a lot of books. He doesn't have what I like to call writer's block, where he's rehashing old stuff. It's working. Okay, he's also writing Civil War II. Oh God, that's yeah. and it's going to be between Captain Marvel and Iron Man, which I'm getting off topic once again. So let me get back on topic. Do you think that they should have made an Old Man Logan film for the sequel? That's where they're saying this last movie is kind of taking images from and taking it's from the Old Man Logan story. But however, they couldn't really do it because of all the characters that was in that storyline. A lot of Spider-Man characters, especially who's the one that made Wolverine kill the X-Men. Whole fishbowl hit. What are your thoughts on Hope Summers? I hope she's still around. I was liking Hope. She was the first mutant born since after, Messiah's complex. It was great. I thought it was cool. I'm glad. I hope she's still around. I love Rogue. My favorite version is Nightcrawler Rogue. Oh, when she had Nightcrawler's pillars. Time is it? Okay, almost 8 o'clock. Still gonna keep going, guys. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So you can keep popping those questions at me. Let's see what else. Okay. Oh, and do you think Clint Eastwood is good to play an Old Man Logan? Everybody says Clint Eastwood should have played Wolverine somewhere down the line. Clint, Mr. I've always said there's one character I would love to see Mr. Eastwood play. Nick Fury. I would have loved to see him play Nick Fury. God, I would have loved to see him play Nick Fury. And don't get me wrong, I like Mr. Jackson as Nick Fury. He's not bad. I'm really starting now to look. I'm becoming to that age now. I'm looking right past kind of race-changing characters now at some point. Not all of them. Some of them I'm looking past. And it was obvious they probably were going to go with Ultimate Nick Fury because of that is my problem with artists drawing characters to look like actors. Okay, X-Men versus it was awesome. Yeah, sorry, I meant Gambit. Yeah, Sabretooth. I know you meant. I don't like Greg Land's like. I hate that. And I don't use that word a lot. That's a strong word, but I hate his artwork. I hate it. Okay. New question. Do you think that all different Marvel is just a catch gab? Because in my opinion, I think the Secret Wars did jack shit to change anything for the X-Men series. I don't look at it from that point of view because the one thing I look at it from with all new, it ain't really nothing in terms of different. Because in terms of there being an 8-month gap between a lot of what was going on, and certain other than that, everything's pretty much the same, to some degree. I look at it from a point of view of like they are really, really orchestrating a lot of diversity, which I love. I'm all about diversity. I loving the fact that they're pushing characters like Red Wolf to me Native American brethren. Yes. A lot of characters are being pushed, and I'm loving that. I love Mark Waid is killing it on his titles. I can't wait to read how he writes Black Widow. It's like, God damn, Mark Waid, magic, man, magic. Lemire killing it with his titles. Spider-Man series. Look, I'm liking that they're pushed. And once again, I'm going off topic. So is Iceman bi or gay? They say he's gay because it was announced in the Jean Grey, young Jean Grey from the past told Bobby from the ice that she knows he said something about something and she's like, but Bobby, you're gay. So then it became this big question, doggy, is the fact that, okay, if past Bobby is gay, then present Bobby's got to be gay. And then finally he came out and said, yeah, he's gay. He kept it hidden. And to that degree, I'm like, okay, didn't care. It's like, I didn't care. It's like, it didn't change how I felt about Bobby. He's still one of my favorite X-Men. I love him. It's like, it doesn't change it. It's like, I don't care that he's gay. I have cousins that are gay. Doesn't change how I feel about them. Doesn't change anything about how I feel. I love them. They're my cousins, and I'm always gonna love them, despite their sexual orientation. Does not matter. As long as you're still writing that character the way he's supposed to be written, and let me tell you right now, Bobby has been written just, they have really pushed Bobby to the stratosphere, really now pushing that fact of, one thing I've always didn't like what a lot of writers did not, I'm like, this dude is a freaking Omega level mutant, and you guys are not doing a damn thing of showcasing that. And when they started pushing that he's doing clones, ice clones, and making ice robots and all kind of stuff, and I'm like, now we're starting to see it. Now we're starting to see him really pushing it. I mean, this dude can make a fucking ice age if he wanted to, and he did in an alternate universe in the 90s comic called Mutant X or something like that, where Havoc was transported into another universe, and the X-Men were a lot of different. Like Beast is Beast. His mutation kept mutating, where to the point now he kept mutating so much he didn't even look like himself. He was called the Brute. His mind was like a child now. Bobby created a second ice age at one point because he went out of control at one point. It was like, God damn, it was like, it's good stuff though. I enjoyed it. The miniseries were great. I've said this before about the Secret War miniseries. They were great. The main story, go fuck yourself. What is your dream crossover with the X-Men? I got it once with the Teen Titans. The next would be, I got it again with Cyberforce. I got it with the Wildcats. My next biggest, I even got it with Star Trek. I have that comic where X-Men team up with the original Star Trek lineup, which was cool. That was where Spock gave Wolverine the Vulcan, and Wolverine got right back. It was like, what the fuck did you do to me? Like, what the hell were you in? And of course, it was good stuff. It wasn't the full roster. It was Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine, Bishop. I'm forgetting now somebody else. I think it was that, but it was good. My dream crossover would probably be probably, I don't know. I think they've all happened. I wouldn't mind seeing X-Men team up with. Ooh, yeah, I got one. X-Men and Mass Effect. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Yes. Ooh, there you go. What do you think about how they killed Wolverine? Encasing him in adamantium? Okay. What version of the Sentinels is the most menacing? I don't care what menacing. You see a giant robot coming at you saying to kill you, they're menacing. Don't matter. Shadowcat is on the Guardians. I didn't know that. Yeah, she's engaged to Star-Lord. She now is called Star Lady, and she is with the Guardians. Drax, Venom, Rocket, Groot, all those characters. Even Ben is a part of it, and he loves it. He's loving it because that's kind of what Ben always wanted to do. That was what he wanted to do before he became the Thing. He wanted to be out in space. He's gotten his wish. Okay, what's your opinion on X-Men Days of Future Past Rogue cut version? Because in my opinion, I think the version was awesome. I'm not saying I don't like the I have yet to see that version, that cut yet. I have to see it. So, but I heard none but good things about it. Jared Flowers, you asked me, what was it ever explained if Zorn and Magneto were the same person, yeah, they were. It was explained. It was explained. Yeah, it was explained. It was. Checking messages. Checking messages. Okay, no spam. None whatsoever. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Any opinion on Grant Morrison's run? Because in my opinion, I thought that run was pretty good. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest. When Grant Morrison was writing X-Men, I was okay with it. You know, he brought some really interesting characters. Beak, one of them he created. I was just like, what the hell is this? But I didn't mind his run at all. It was pretty good. Even though I'm not the biggest Grant Morrison fan, I respected what he did with the franchise. Question: do you think the Ultimate X-Men series got screwed over? Wouldn't say screwed over, but once you could see that more people were reading, wanted to know more about Miles than the X-Men, just any character in general. And you also got to blame a lot of it on, I can't say just on Ultimatum, but the fact is Marvel dropped the ball with the Ultimate Universe in general because you got over 5,000 characters. And you couldn't tell me y'all couldn't bring in other Ultimate versions of all your other characters. That's where my team and I come in, where we're showcasing that. Hell, I would have loved to see an alternate version of the New Warriors or something like that. We could have got that. Well, we didn't. Call me crazy. Is Apocalypse going to be played by a black man in the upcoming movie? No. I think he's Latin or mixed. He looks, well, we're not going to really see what he looks like, but because he's going to be fully, but I think he's Latin. I think he is. And his voice, once again, it is what it is. The only problem I have with him is his voice. Like his voice just not as menacing as, when you hear Apocalypse talk, it's almost like, ugh, like, oh God, I'm so glad they're bringing Kurt back yeah, Kurt is back. Kurt didn't go anywhere. Gemini Girl, who would you cast as Dazzled? What do you mean? You mean Dazzler? Dazzler? Wolfsenberg? What the hell? You mean Wolfsbane? And Cannonball. Okay, fan casting. Ooh. Who would I cast as Dazzler? Okay, I'm talking old school Dazzler when she's blonde and not with the mohawk and everything like that. I don't really like that look when she got all edgy. But we're talking old school Dazzler, or maybe even Dazzler when she had her red hair with the short cut back in the 80s. For some reason, I would love to see Melissa Joan Hart play an X-Men character. I'm a huge fan of Melissa Joan Hart. I would love to see her play a character. She's one. Maybe even what is her name? Hayden Hayden Kirkpatrick as Dazzler. I would have taken her. As for Wolfsbane, Felicia Day. She could play. I think she could pull off a. Ronnie is Scottish, so I think she could pull off a Scottish accent. You know, Wolfsbane is Ronnie Sinclair. Ronnie is, yeah. I think people get her name. They say Renee. It's Ronnie. Ronnie. So, and she's not Irish. She's Scottish. I think she could be. And as for Cannonball, Sam Guthrie, just a good old country boy from Kentucky. Yeah, the Guthrie clan. He's got a bunch of siblings that are mutants. Let's see, who could I see playing Cannonball? Man, that's a hard one. Now I can't. Oh man, who could play Cannonball? Oh man, I have to come back to that one. Maybe I'll tell you later on. I'll tell it to you maybe on Facebook, Alana. I miss Rogue so much. Why? She's still around. Glad she's still around. I wish she was in more books, but I'm glad she's still around. Armara stated that the 90s theme is the official X-Men theme of the X-Men. Okay, it's a good theme. Let's see. Any opinion on Ultimate Nick Fury? That's not part of X-Men. I wish they would bring back the Toad. I think Toad is alive. I think he's dead, or I think they brought him back because Blob is going to be seen coming up soon in all new X-Men, and I thought Blob was pretty much lost his mutant powers, but he got him back. Let's see. Hey y'all, my first time trying live stream. Hello, my little kid. Yo. I'm not against Iceman being gay. I'm just against forcing diversity to. That's what I'm talking about. I'm against that too. You know, and I think that was kind of the main reason why. You know, it's like, oh, let's just make him gay. You know, it's like, really? What for? Any opinions on missing characters? Any opinions on gay diversity? Any opinion on the Dead No More event for both? But I don't know. I mean, who cannot be dead? There's too much of a list to think about. When did Kitty go to space? She was in space in the Kitty, and since they did the X-Men Guardians of the Galaxy crossover, she stayed out in space after a while, and she'd go back and forth, and it is what it is. If you was a mutant, what would you make? If you was a mutant, what will make you side with Magneto? If I was a mutant, what would make me side with Magneto? I don't know, because if I was a mutant, I know my loved ones would not look at me any differently. They would still look at me as being just Chris. He just has these abilities, maybe a little nervous on some side, but family is one thing that would keep me on that side of from going spewing his garbage, where we're the next generation, we're the new evolution. It's us or them, because then I'd literally, and I'd probably literally spit in Magneto's face, like, out of here, wait. I'll fight you if I have to, and especially if I had what kind of powers I have, yeah, it'd be different. Who would you bring back from the dead in the X-Men series? Probably Thunderbird, the original John Proudstar. I would love to see the Proud Star brothers back together. James and John, Thunderbird and Warpath together again. Yeah. I would not mind seeing. Man, there's so many characters, but that's right off the top of my head. That's the one I could think of. Halsey, Hollins Lima. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Do you think that a Black Panther is okay? That's not. It's got to stay X-Men related, dude. So I can't answer that question. Sorry. Okay, teammates being human. Okay, X-Men 3. Okay. All right. What could have we had gotten in Ultimate X-Men 3, or maybe an Ultimate, because an Ultimate X-Men 3, Ultimate X-23 would have been cool if they had made, especially if, because the Ultimate Universe had this very idea of changing a lot of things. Like, look at Ultimate Taskmaster. He was way different in the Ultimate Universe than Taskmaster in the regular universe. So they probably would have went with, you know, maybe X-23 wasn't a girl, you know, or, you know, it could have been just another, maybe a younger version of Logan, you know. So it could have been differently, but it could have been a lot of things they could have did. Do you think? Okay. Okay. HL, H Lemma. I'm just gonna call you that if that's okay with you. What do you feel Kitty's power level is? Now, or just in general, I don't. She's not an Omega level. I think she's an Alpha level. I think, but I think I could be wrong. But her powers are pretty impressive, especially what she can do with them. So you can't say that. You can't deny that. But I'm not quite sure what level she's at. So if anybody wants to look that up to see what kind of, you know, her limit, what is, you know, because usually they categorize mutants. Like I said, Storm, Psylocke, Bobby, Magneto, you know, Jean, Xavier, all they're like Omega level mutants. I think Jean is even higher now. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. But that's you know, it is what it is. Okay, let me see. Let me go back. Come on. See, guys, I'm looking at your questions on the tablet, so just to make sure. Come on. Let's go. All right, one moment, guys. All right, let's see. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's how I look at her. Is, you know, I'm not sure what her level is, but it's pretty powerful, and that's how I look at it. Do you prefer young Logan or old man Logan? When we mean young, how young? Because Logan ain't young, despite what people think. So it's like the dude is old anyway. He's like over centuries years old, like 300 years old. Or so, yeah, he's centuries years old. So yeah, but Logan is Logan to me. You know, when he got older, old man Logan was just a wiser Logan to me. I was just shocked that this dude became a pacifist. I'm like, Logan a pacifist. I'm like, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Let me see. Okay, you asked me H Lemma. Do you anticipate the X-Men? What do you anticipate from the Gambit movie? I think it could be well done with the right actor. Well, right now, Channing Tatum's still attached to it. We know who's going to play Belladonna. But like I said, I talked about it earlier. I said basically the way they should do it is deal with what it's like, growing up for Gambit, what it's like for Gambit, being caught between a war between the Guild of Assassins Guild, and the Guild of Thieves. Have it feel like I said, the Hatfield and McCoy, Romeo and Juliet with their families, stuff like that. It could work. That's the way I look at it. I miss Nightcrawler so much. Why isn't he in any of... Nightcrawler is on the Extraordinary X-Men. Yeah. The Extraordinary X-Men team, which Storm leads, it resembles the giant-sized X-Men. So yeah, she's on that team. Do you agree that every writer after Chris Claremont, they tried to write like him, but not as successful? Yeah. Once Claremont took his run, Claremont took the X-Men and he ran with it, and man, did he ran with the gold. There are more iconic storylines under Claremont's run than any X-Men run, any other X-Men writer afterwards. He really, really ran with that. And there are a lot of writers that try to match up to them. They may not admit it, but you could see they do it. That's just my opinion. Yeah, so yeah, I would definitely. That was from Shadow Goth. Let's see, where am I moving on to? All right. Let's see. What's your next question? Your next question. Okay, Tevia is, do you agree that every writer tried to be the next? Yeah, I just mentioned that. Yeah, kind of. Also, in your opinion, who is the most overrated X-Men writer? Does not mean bad, just a reminder. Overrated. A lot of people I've been hearing in the comments say Bendis. I've heard I'd also say Scott Liddell. His bad too. There's a couple of people. Heard a rumor that Sony may reboot the Dark Scene. Who would you want to direct it? And well, Sony doesn't own the X-Men. That's Fox. And basically, since Singer has come back to the franchise, they've been pretty much on point, in my opinion. And he has said he wouldn't mind redoing the Dark Phoenix saga. So yeah. Why does Marvel mistreat a lot of these characters like Spider? I don't understand really how you mean mistreated, because if they were being mistreated, they wouldn't be used. They would be being flatlined. So a lot of their character and a lot of the problem I have with the X-Men is that there's so many known X-Men, and you can't put them all in a book. So yeah, some characters not going to be used. Some are going to be in what I like to call the comic void. They're not being used right now, but give maybe a little hint of what's going on with them. Okay, Spider-Man mistreated? Far from it. Far from it. Yeah, right. In terms of maybe his marriage, okay. And you want to blame blame Fat Quesada for that. That's his idea. He always had that idea. Spider-Man should never be married. He's the ultimate bachelor. Let's keep him married. Joe Quesada sees himself as Spider-Man. And once again, okay. Let's move on to, okay, we're getting ready to wrap this bad boy up, guys. So get your last questions out because I'm about to wrap this up. I missed Spirit Jane. Yeah, okay. When did Angel start killing people, or had he always been that type of character? No, see, what happened was later on, we found out that there were still dominant cells in him from what Apocalypse did to him that still made him turn into Archangel. So he had like a Mr. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde vibe. Like he can switch from being Angel and Archangel, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, that's when he kind of started, and it just went kind of badass from there. Chris Claremont still needs to come back to Marvel X-Men because when he was on Nightcrawler, it was great, you know. Do you think X-Men are stable? They will stay, or will they be retcon mutants eventually and say all mutants were due to the terror? I hope not. I just hope not. I think just stay mutants. You got your mutants. You got your Inhumans. There should always be a different variety in the Marvel Universe. You got your metahumans, your superhumans, like Spider-Man, people like that were created through science and stuff like that. You got your normal humans. You got your Inhumans. You got your demigods like Hercules and stuff like that. You got your gamma radiated characters like the Hulk and all those. And then you got mutants, individuals who were born with these powers. The Inhumans were not born with their powers. You know, it goes way back into time with the Kree and everything like that. Yeah, I hate Quesada. Would you like to see more animated X-Men Marvel? Yeah, I would. Black Vortex animated with to come out of the Secret Wars. Would you have brought back Eddie from any other universe besides Secret Wars, like the daughter of Kitty and Colossus? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you for having this live stream. Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, no problem. I do monthly theme Q&As. These are theme Q&A, and I also sometimes will do special Thursday Q&A. Sometimes you never know if they come up. Usually, I always have a video. If you can't make the live stream, leave your questions here, and I'll answer them in the live stream. So, but I didn't do it this time. I wanted to keep it secret. But the last question, before I wrap this up, this will be the last question that I see. I'm gonna wrap it up with the Gemini girl, Alana. Last question, Hermano. Thoughts on Cecilia Reyes? Ooh, Cecilia Reyes. I like Cecilia Reyes. She's she's the mutant that can create force fields, and she's also a medical. She's a doctor. Great character, very underrated character. So when she was being used in astonishing X-Men, uh, I was loving it, and I always thought she was a good character. I wouldn't mind seeing her being brought live action or something. Uh, and once again, her name is Cecilia Reyes. She's Latin, so yeah, you can't whitewash that in some way. Like, don't do that. But other than that, yeah, I would love to have seen. I like Cecilia Reyes. She's a great character, nonetheless, indeed. Okay, so other than that, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who asked offered questions. I will be back next month, of course, with another theme Q&A. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, you name it. I'm everywhere. And for everybody who was trying to want to see what I thought of, like, what would I do for an X-Men cartoon, go watch my creative X-Men episode 1 X-Men cartoon. You'll see it there, so you get to see what I thought and what I would do. But other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid, the M.V.K High Lord of New York, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep real, guys. I bid you guys adieu. Enjoy the rest of you. Have a fun weekend, and I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.